The following video was recorded on location in my state-of-the-art office in the corner of my first floor apartment. If you like what you're about to hear, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the upper right corner.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hello. Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for taking time to do this interview.
No problem. Our pleasure.
Well, awesome. Well, of course, we're here to talk about the brand new album from Crimfall, Amain, which is coming out August 25th through Metal Blade. I've been able to check out the album over the last week when I received the promo for the album, and I gotta say, this is some of the finest work you guys have done to date.
Thank you. Yeah, we are extremely proud of it, and I think it's kind of a culmination point for the whole our careers. Really, definitely the best, best of our works.
Yeah, we took 6 years to do it, so it better be good.
So, in that time, how did this album come to be with so much time to be able to work on it?
Well, basically, we weren't in a hurry because we weren't signed in the beginning, and we really wanted to pay attention to the details, to really be able to stand behind each and every single note on the album. So the starting point also, I remember when we did the decision we made the decision together that we wouldn't rush with this one at all. We would make it perfect, and here we are.
Yeah, of course, and composing this kind of music it takes time. It's not like the fastest process. Yeah. Because we didn't have the label, we kind of wanted to save money as much as we can, so we basically recorded everything by ourselves and edited everything.
Yeah, I mean, people went to schools and at their day jobs, and we worked after hours, long days, but it paid off.
Yeah, I definitely gotta say, from a fan perspective, it definitely paid off. And, you know, sometimes it really does help to have no pressure, no feeling to be rushed or anything. Just being able to sit down, write on music when you're able to, and just write the best songs possible.
Exactly. I mean, creativity doesn't come forced. It never comes forced. If you're having a nervous breakdown or a burnout or whatever, you're not writing music.
You can write, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I mean the themes might come out of misery, but I don't know. So usually people write better when they're happy and content.
Oh, very much so. So, with all that time in having 6 years between albums, how did you feel the band was going to be going in a direction? I mean, did you feel like that there needed to be any kind of changes at all, or did you feel like there was enough time to be able to keep that Crimfall sound going?
Well, I don't think we pay attention to that. The changes happen naturally. We have listened to different kind of music and have a different source of inspiration, and it kind of can be heard from the album what was important during that time.
Yeah, I took a little detour, a couple of years away from guys, and I came back and had done some very other kind of music, so melody composing might have become a little different, and of course everybody grew on their own during that time too, and then of course when we came back all together as well.
But yeah, I don't think there was any conscious decision that, okay, let's do it this way, rather than let's make Crimfall music, but let's make it even better. Let's make it even bigger and more contrast and just more Crimfall.
Yeah, and I think that's very important as a band as well. I mean, a change is going to happen over time, and sometimes it's so subconscious you don't even realize it's going to happen. But when you just have that mindset of writing the music that fits for the band, that's what really matters.
Yep.
So, you have released a single a while back, The Last of Stands, which is one of the first tracks on the album. What has been the reception to the song so far?
Pretty good.
Amazing. Yeah, it's we were expecting a bit mixed response because it is this a bit more over the top song that is kind of taking it top a notch and kind of, someone would say, even a bit cheesy in its epicness, but all the fans seem to love it, so we are excited that it's gotten such a nice response.
And it's really cool to see that people have really been waiting for new stuff from us, and everyone's been really supportive and happy to get something out of us. And of course the song itself, well, it's definitely not our worst. After all, we chose it for our first single, so it's kind of, it carries the theme of the album all in, so to say.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a great way to look at it as well. I mean, with it being one of the first tracks on the album, really getting that taste of what the album is to come, but there is so much variety and diversity in the album as well. I mean, whether you have a 16-minute epic that's split over 4 tracks or an epic at the end, you know, it's just like, it's got a little bit of everything for a Crimfall fan.
Yeah, that's the way we
roll. I mean, good songs are good songs, no matter the genre. Of course, Crimfall sound has kind of stuck to us and developed also during the years, but it's still there. Like if you take a listen to the first demo or first album and then hear the last one, you can definitely hear it's the same band. However, everything has grown. The music, the players, the singers, everything.
But also one of the core principles of the band has always been that there are no boundaries. So whether actually the music takes us, let's write the music and see how it goes. Like it can take us from very different atmospheres to the very different landscapes of music. So that's Crimfall for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've spoken of taking a lot of influence from nature, and what was that about human mind?
Yeah, from nature and like our culture and movie soundtracks and like.
Yeah, I mean the imagination is your limit.
Yeah, not even that.
On a similar note with that, the middle of the album is composed of 4 tracks that make up 10 Winters Apart. What went into making that into 4 separate tracks rather than making that just a 16-minute song as one track?
Well, by splitting it to 4 pieces, we can more easily take one part and play that one live. For example, if we don't have time to play the whole song on the stage, and also all the parts are pretty different from each other.
Yeah, they carry themselves as songs pretty well, so it was pretty natural to kind of also put them on separate tracks and name them, give them names so that fans could, from their little CD players or streaming services or whatever, if someone fell in love with one part particularly, it would be easier to find it and yeah, surely to play live.
Yeah.
If we don't have on every gig this 16-minute chance to shine on the or we don't want to use third of our set time for playing one song. But I bet we're going to do that as well. I mean, it's a rather marvelous big package altogether as well.
I think we end up playing the whole song in every concert.
Yeah, why not?
At least it's a favorite song of the Amain for me, at least. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy to play the whole thing.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite Crimfall songs to date. If you look at it as one single song, I mean, I just love the diversity and everything that goes into that song, and that'd be really cool to be able to hear that in a live experience. I mean, being able to see like a full set, being able to show that off.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, it would be totally amazing to perform, or it will be we have rehearsed it a couple of times. I don't think we've done it. We've never done it live yet, but we will. And for me, when I go into a song, I sing pretty deep. But also, if the song ends in 5 minutes, then I come back up and hi, here I am again, and then it's the next song. But I mean, a 16-minute trance, that sounds good to me.
It's a long journey, man. It's 10 winters apart.
And speaking of that, you have mentioned songs that you are going to be rehearsing for upcoming shows. What is the plan for Crimfall for the rest of the year?
There are a lot of negotiations ongoing, a lot of planning ongoing, nothing that we can confirm yet, but of course the goal is definitely to go on touring and perform as much live as possible. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, even though our music does work on album, it's always a magical, very special feeling live, so we really hope we can do as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, the whole band really loves playing live gigs, so that's definitely some kind of the main goal of the band as well, just go out there and perform our art. Yeah, it's a thing that keeps us going, I would say.
Yeah, there's so much joy on stage nowadays, and it's always great to make new friends and new fans and
meet new bands.
That's true too.
And with that, now having 3 albums that you're going to be able to support live, how hard is it to be able to pick what songs you want to be able to play live?
I think it's kind of easy because we have so much variety. So if the theme of the evening is about folk metal music, then we can choose the folk metal songs. If it's more like gothic female from the stuff, then we can pick some other songs.
Some more gothic stuff. Yeah, and of course we do have our favorites. So and the audience tends to have their favorites as well. So we kind of want to make everybody happy, ourselves included. So because some songs just happen to have more magical atmosphere live, and they work better live than some others. So, but it's good to have variety. And I mean, 3 albumfuls of music, there's something to choose.
Yeah, but also I think it's a very concrete effort on making the arc of drama there, like building the whole journey of the particular gig. So actually making sure that the journey from the one song to another is kind of
logical.
Not necessarily logical, but kind of I say magical.
Magic instead of logic. Okay, I like this. I want to use this somewhere else too. Magic instead of logic.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, I mean, that's what I've always loved about you guys, is that there is a little bit of something for everybody in here. I mean, what if you like the heavier styles of metal? I mean, there is something there, whether it's the more gothic symphonic style, whether it's more folk metal element to there, whether it's just overall metal in general. I mean, there's always a little bit of something there that can catch someone's ear.
Correct. We all are giggling here. I have to apologize and explain the situation, because we've kind of always from the very start had this saying that there's something for everyone not to like. So it goes both ways. But yeah, definitely, there's variety enough for my grandmother to listen to Crimfall happily, but also like a hardcore black metal fan to find some soothing sounds from Mikko's screams and the soundscape all together, and everything in between.
It's good to also have that kind of negativity as well, because there is there are people out there who are so against the symphonic gothic metal or the folk metal elements or anything like that. I mean, there's always going to be detractors like that, but it really shines through when the people who are in favor of the music that you're making really make their voice heard, go out, buy the albums, see the shows, and are still fans after all this time.
Yeah, I agree. After a few shows, I've heard people saying, I usually hate female singers, but this Crimfall rocks.
Yeah, and we kind of avoid the word symphonic because
and female
fronted and stuff like that.
Folk metal.
Seriously, I mean, acoustic metal.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, and I don't think we want to pigeonhole us into like being a pair of boobs with a bunch of dicks on stage or anything like that. So. Excuse me, ladies.
That can also set kind of too much expectations for the people as well. So we would rather go there and without not to be doing too obvious on what it's all about. And of course, it's also really hard to describe this kind of stuff. It's, as mentioned, it's really varied and can go to many different places.
Yeah, for example, if you think like generic folk metal band, we are pretty far away from those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not only drinking songs and hey, happy times. We do have that as well, but I mean, we have so much more. There's a lot of deeper stuff also. Yeah, the variety is very big, and it would be kind of false to maybe have the audience think that we ride on this one flag or two different flags. But anyway, and I mean, if the music is done well, and it is, it speaks for itself as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a great approach to look at it. I mean, no matter who is out there and they're discovering a band, I mean, they're always going to have like different ways of how they look at a band. Even if it's two similar bands, they're going to be able to dissect them so well and come up with different vibes for them. So when you do have such diversity in a band, such as Crimfall, it really is hard to be able to like pinpoint all the areas that you talk about. And sometimes it is better to just say that you cover metal rather than go into all the different subgenres that it could cover.
Yes. Like if someone asked you, what is this Crimfall? What kind of music do they play? What do you say? I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, when it comes to me, I just usually just let the music speak for itself. Like, I try to describe it if it's like heavier or if it's more rock or wherever the case is. But usually I just try to let the music speak for itself and let people have their own interpretations of it.
That's a great way to do it, I think.
And I also think the industry has changed a bit on how people discover new music as well. Like back in the old days, you read some review from some magazine and kind of tried to describe the music in words. But nowadays, you'll probably hear it in some YouTube or kind of some playlist or a streaming service or so. And it is actually music speaking for itself.
Oh yeah, and it's great when, especially in the time of the digital age, where everything can be so dissected with different subgenres and and subgenres and stuff like that. That there are people out there that can go out there and appreciate all these different styles and going out there and making music that they feel like they just want to make, rather than like mentioned before, being pigeonholed into a certain style.
Correct, and definitely, because who would want to stick to this like one small area? I don't know. If I write songs, if Jakke writes songs, if Mikko writes songs, we have all this capacity. Why not use it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are some bands out there that can definitely stick to the same formula and write the same album over and over again, and they feel very rewarded with that. Yeah, but I at least know from a fan perspective, I like being able to go out there and listen to different styles of music that's out there. I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm in a heavier mood, sometimes I feel like I'm in a more mellow mood, and I want to be able to match something that matches that style. And Crimfall, for example, when you put out a new release, especially one like this, where it has a little bit of everything I've always liked from the band, it soothes everything that I'm looking for in your style.
Happy to hear that. Really happy to hear. And of course, the moods. I mean, I haven't encountered many situations where Crimfall would be totally wrong thing to put to play. Maybe when you're trying to fall asleep, many parts wouldn't work, but might be surprised.
So, getting back a little bit into the album, with 6 years in between albums, was there any material left over that didn't fit into the album that might see the light of day in the future?
I don't know. There are a few pretty early demos that were so bad that they end on this album.
Have we dropped any parts?
In 6 years.
In 6 years.
We have
lots of parts. So there's like this whole garbage bag of great and not so great parts that have not made it. But I think you might have fallen in love with the ideas of the songs early on.
Yeah.
Enough to hold on to them. Like, this is what you have a vision of this kind of song, and let's just try to go there. Let's try to make that vision happen. Okay, this part didn't serve it, but there's still the vision. Let's hold on to it. So not really. No garbage songs, but there are some extras.
Yes.
In addition songs.
Yeah, we have this bonus version of album.
Yeah.
As well, and it has two pretty cool songs, which we actually wrote just for the bonus.
Yes.
They are not leftover songs.
They were specially made, so you're in for a treat.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing those songs as well. I believe I just got the standard version of the album, but when the bonus version does come out, I'm definitely going to be picking that up and enjoying those songs as well.
Awesome. And you would know if you would have the bonus version.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like I feel like with the way that you were describing it, like I would be able to tell what songs would be made for the bonus tracks. But I mean, from the original album from start to finish, I just love what you guys are doing this time around, and it's great to see that you guys were able to come back together after all this time and write easily your best album to date.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a great compilation of like everything that's happened in our lives and inside Jakke's head this 10 years, basically. And I remember when he started writing the songs and he gave us the first demos, we were already in awe back then. And he's such a perfectionist, and the songs have been kind of tuned so very well to the very perfection that we can definitely be proud of the product.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that we would have done differently this time around. It's kind of like we are well.
No, you shut up. You shut up.
There's always room for improvement, of course.
Of course, but at some point you have to do the decision.
Yeah.
And we did. I think we did it in a good place, and with the record as finished as it was, and contacted companies and found our new friends from Metal Blade.
Yeah, and speaking of that, with Metal Blade being in support of Crimfall now, what is it like to be a part of such an illustrious label like that?
Awesome!
Yeah, that's also, they feel so professional compared to previous labels. It has been pure pleasure to work with them.
Yeah.
They seem to have like the same dedication to making this big and making this like what it deserves to be. So it's really exciting to work with people who are as excited about it and actually as dedicated as you are. So definitely enjoying the ride for that.
Yeah, they have also ideas how to promote the album and what might be the best song for a single. Or they have opinions, and that's continue for us.
Yeah, so at least we felt like they're helping us instead of being this distant financer or something else. They're on this travel with us. They're on this long road with us.
Yeah, and that's why Metal Blade has always been one of my favorite labels to be able to support, because they cover so much ground that they truly do care about the artists that they do sign to their label, and it's such variety as well. I mean, you can't call them like a black metal label or a thrash metal label. You can just call them a metal label, and that's a lot like Crimfall as well, because much like we were talking about, it's really hard to be able to pigeonhole you guys into one style, and it's just easier to say like a metal band rather than go into all the different subgenres. You can say the same thing with Metal Blade.
Totally, and that's a richness, because that way we will probably find some new fans and audiences that dig good music, no matter what the genre or the pigeonhole.
Oh, very much so. And I know it's definitely going to open up a lot of doors being able to be a part of Metal Blade as well, and especially when August 25th comes around and Amain does come out from Crimfall, the third album from Crimfall. I mean, easily some of the best work to date so far, and it's making me very excited for where the band's going to be going in the future as well. I definitely think with the backing of Metal Blade that you guys are going to be getting even bigger than where you guys have been before, and looking so much further into the future and just being able to keep that rolling.
We definitely hope so, and I mean, you can see this smile and the shine in the eyes, like really excited to go out there and show people our music, and we've been working on it so hard. So
yeah, and it's...
I think the world deserves us.
Yeah, definitely in the best way possible. The world does deserve new Crimfall, and when it does drop August 25th through Metal Blade, I think everyone's going to be in for a very happy surprise hearing that you guys are just on the absolute top of your game.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is the shy Finnish way of saying we're very, very grateful. Thank you.
Well, okay.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so very much for taking the time to talk to me about everything that's going on in the world of Crimfall right now. Once again, the brand new album, Amain, from Crimfall, comes out August 25th through Metal Blade. Before we wrap things up here, is there anything else that you'd like to mention that I haven't brought up yet?
Music video. Yes, we are producing our very first music video this time around, and it's going to be amazing. We have shot the band part now and just waiting for some extra footage for it, and it's going to be awesome.
And it'll come out, we cannot announce the date, but it'll come out before the album release. So you're in for a great big treat before the album release also.